For my 27th birthday, I wanted to escape the German winter and visit Spain. I planned just about a week-long vacation and started off in Malaga. As soon as I arrived, I was greeted by sunshine, smiling people, and it felt like there was a lot of pride in keeping the city in a perfect condition. I stayed in a hostel near the central market. It was in a great location, easily to walk to all the significant sites. I usually take a walking tour around new cities, but I found that there were quite a few signs throughout the old town of Malaga identifying significant locations and its history. I joined a group of friends that I met at the hostel on a little walk up to the castle. There is a great viewpoint just before you enter the actual castle where you can watch the sunset, and it's very popular, so there's lots of people around, even some cats. The next morning was spent walking through one of the main parks in Malaga, right near the port area. Lots of colourful flowers and tile work to see there. It's great how you can escape the busyness of the city centre and just retreat to the greenery. I was with a friend during the park walk, but I branched off and walked around the port area by myself all the way to the beach, which was quite empty, surprisingly. After a quick stop at the hostel, I walked over to the El Hierro area of central Malaga for no particular reason other than just to see a less touristy part of the town. I was walking along this walking route with some signs identifying significant buildings. Found myself at Plaza de la Merced, which is quite a popular hangout spot. It's lined with cafes and trees. I just read my book and did some people watching. There's even a statue of Picasso here. The next day, I spontaneously changed my plans and joined a new friend that I met at the hostel to Marbella. It wasn't a part of my original itinerary to go there, but I joined Jin. It was her next location. She was staying there for the night, and I decided to just go for the day. It's only a short ride away from Malaga. Usually Marbella is extremely busy in the summer, but we had it kind of to ourselves. It was quiet. We had lots of fun just walking through the streets and taking photos, had an amazing lunch by the water. It was both of our birthdays and we really wanted to set the year off right by taking a cold plunge. After our cold plunge, we went and found a great sunset location and just watched the sunset and reflected on a really great day. My final day in Malaga, I woke up early to see the sunrise. It was a beautiful morning. I could see people fishing and doing exercise on the beach. It was such a great last day in a beautiful city, and I felt a bit sad to be leaving. I tried to make the most of my last morning there. Since I was up early, I took another walk through the gardens and slowly made my way back to the hostel before checking out. I had breakfast in this Soho area. I found a cafe with a super cheap breakfast deal, a sandwich, a tea, and a smoothie. I finished up breakfast and hopped on the train to go to the airport to head to my next location. There are two main reasons why Barcelona was on my to visit list. One, for the Gaudi architecture, which is an obvious one for many people, and two, the unique urban planning history of it. So Barcelona is known for its Eixample grid-like network. So it's a particular district in Barcelona. It has a very strong grid pattern, and I learnt about it in my undergrad, and I just really wanted to see what it was like to live and breathe in that city structure. As I mentioned, Gaudi architecture is a big draw card to go to Barcelona. I met some people at the hostel that I was staying at, and they also wanted to go to Park Güell. It has many different aspects of Gaudi's work, so we spent a couple of hours there along with hundreds of other people. After a few hours at Park Güell, we wanted to have some dinner, so we went on a bit of a roundabout adventure to find a place to eat. Eventually found one, and because we were so tired, we had to hop on the metro and get back to the hostel to end the night. The next day I joined the same group of people, and we were interested in exploring the food scene of Barcelona. So we started off walking through the Gothic quarter towards a market that had a bunch of deli meat, cheeses, and different types of tapas, pre-made food, lots of sweets and desserts. It was definitely the spot to stock up on snacks for the rest of the day. The Arc de Triomphe is not something that I thought I would see in Barcelona, but because I joined up with this group of girls, they took me here, and it was really great to explore this part of the city, which wasn't originally on my itinerary. After spending the morning and early afternoon with the group of girls, we all branched off and did our own thing. So I stopped off at another market before heading over to a lookout point that I found online. I was hoping to see a really nice sunset, but the weather said otherwise. It was cloudy and overcast, so I bailed on that idea. The next day was another day of walking around. I saw more Gaudi architecture, popped into little stores and cafes, and just really made the most of walking around different districts of Barcelona. I also joined an architecture walking tour, which was advertised at the hostel. So a group of us went over and enjoyed an afternoon strolling around, learning about the history of Barcelona, and the focus being on Gaudi architecture. The hostel was quite big, and I would describe it as a party hostel. It had many social events, one being a drinks making class, which I went to and met another fellow traveler, and we decided that in the morning that we would go to watch the sunrise at the bunkers. So that's what we did, and it was quite a difficult journey to actually get to the bunkers. A train, a bus, and another Uber just to see the sunrise, but it was really worth it to see the entire city lighting up in the morning. It was really one of my favorite moments of my entire time in Barcelona. I went back to the hostel, checked out, and I had an evening flight, so I had a lot of time to kill. I walked around the Gothic quarter once again, did some window shopping, found a very random art gallery to go to, and just reflected on a great week in Spain. So that comes to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video.